Alright. Welcome guys here at Aqua Supreme, back with another video. Today we'll be talking about neon tetras, everything you need to know about them, how to properly take care of them, what to feed them, their water parameters, all that gibberish stuff. Hopefully at the end of this video you guys will know how to take care of your fish and to let them thrive in your tank. So, starting off with the neon tetra, like, I know it's a pretty underrated fish. You'll see them everywhere in every single tank, on every single fish store logo or what, not logo, on a poster or whatever. But they are a really brilliant fish. It's a good fish for beginners, it's a good fish for experts, it's a good fish for aquascapers, whatever you name it. So getting into neon tetras, this was probably, like most of you guys, the first fish that I kept. I can't remember, it's been a bunch of years ago, but I did keep them earlier on in the hobby, and then I stopped for a while, and now I started off with the neon tetras again, and they're all still alive, they're all thriving, they're all beautiful fish. So I'm going to help you guys. And yes, why do I keep on saying that? These fish are very peaceful, they do school. It's good to keep them in a community tank with fish such as your guppies or your endlers or your swordtails, platies, bristlenose plecos, all those small fish, your other tetra species, your danios, your rasboras. Those smaller type of community fish, they go perfectly with them. They go very peaceful, and they do stand out in between those fish. Like that beautiful neon line always stands out. I would obviously not recommend you guys keep them in a tank with bigger fish such as your discus, your oscars and your angelfish, you know, all those big fish that can fit in those fish's mouths. Because they are a small fish, obviously they get about an inch in length, full grown. That's about 2.5 centimeters for you guys using centimeters. First of all, when getting your fish, I would recommend you quarantining them. They are a very susceptible fish to any type of diseases such as your ick and your bladder issues and fin rot and all those things that are susceptible to them, because they are sold in their millions around the world. So they are kept in tanks with lots of other fish, and the more fish, the higher the chance of a disease. Yeah. Anyway, so I would definitely recommend you guys quarantining these fish, and don't get frightened by it. You have to quarantine all your fish, so it's nothing different. But they are like, with some fish you can get away with it, like if you get it from a reliable source. But yeah, neon tetras, just quarantine them. Keep them in a quarantine tank for at least 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Keep an eye on them. Watch for diseases such as your neon tetra disease, internal parasites, your melananeous worms, anal worms, the worms that stick out of their butts. Yeah, those things. Keep an eye out for that. I would definitely recommend you guys keeping them in a minimal tank size of 10 gallons or 1 foot, so that is 30 centimeters. If you keep them in those type of tanks and do not go bigger, I would not go over the amount of 8 to 10 fish, definitely not under 10, because they are community fish. They do thrive when they are together with their species. They do feel more safe. So I would definitely recommend you keeping them in a number above 8 but below 10 for a 10 gallon or a 1 foot tank. Then you would obviously need a filter, some type of oxygen or some type of irritation that is going to disturb the water surface. I would definitely recommend you guys getting a sponge filter. It has a low intake, so it creates less flow. The fish do not like to swim that often, but if you do have things such as your internal filters or your hang on the back filters, I would recommend you getting a sponge to cover up the intake of those filters, because like I said, these fish are very small, so they can be sucked up. It is highly unlikely, but just for safety reasons, I would recommend you guys doing that. Then they are a tropical fish. They do come from the Amazon, so you need to keep them in water of a tropical temperature, of a higher temperature. They are very fluctuable with your temperature ranges, so I would recommend you guys getting them in water from 72 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Celsius that is going to be 20 to 26 degrees. I think that is the exact numbers, but yeah, I would definitely keep them in that range. Then going into foods, what I do recommend you guys feeding your foods, obviously they do take your normal fish flakes, tropical fish flakes. You can use any type of brand or any type of fish flake that you want to. They will eat that. I would also recommend you guys getting some micro pellets. They do eat the micro pellets. Then this is not a must, but I do recommend you guys varying up their diet, giving them a sort of treat, I would say, every now and then, such as your live foods or your frozen foods. That comes in the form of bloodworms, but I would not give them big portions of bloodworms, I would say, because they are a bit big for these small fish. And then going into your live foods, I would definitely recommend you guys using baby brine shrimp for the adults and the babies. They love that. I would recommend you guys giving them some microworms, etc. They do love all those foods. And like I said, with these live foods, it's not a necessity, but we want our fish to be happy, we want our fish to be healthy. So I would definitely recommend you guys to vary up their diet or spice up their diet and give them a dessert now and then. Then continuing on our Amazon fish, they do come from the Amazon, and I would always recommend or even tell people to keep fish in their natural environment. So that means having some driftwood or having some rocks or having some aquarium plants in your tank. I would definitely, most definitely recommend you guys having them in your tank. Like, let's be honest guys, no fish, except for marine fish maybe, but no other fish like or see shipwrecks or have plastic plants in their tanks. They don't. If you thought that you were wrong, I'm here to help you guys. So keep them with live plants, all those things. And then if we want to go deeper into your Amazon fish or your neon tetras, they do love brackish waters, or they do originate from brackish water, and that means that the water is a bit darker and the pH of the water is lower than your normal pH. And if you like that, if you're into aquascaping and want to see something different, or if you want to have something different in your tank, you can do that by using driftwood or your plant waste or your plant matter, whatever you call that, such as your Indian almond leaves or your guava leaves. Definitely those will do the job, and those will also lower the pH in the water for you. I love these fish actually, because I have two tanks with these neon tetras in, the one with a black substrate and the other one with a whitish creamish type of substrate, and their colors actually do change to fit into that environment that they are in. Like in the black tank, the neon lines are more blue. I don't know if it's just my eyes playing games with me, but in the black tank, the neon lines are more blue, and in the creamish white gravel, their lines are more neon green. And they're not the neon green and the neon blue species of these neon tetras. They are normal neon tetras, but their lines and their colors do variate. And also when they go to sleep at night, when I turn off all the lights, they lose all their color completely, and they're like ugly fish, to be exact. colorless fish, and that is for them to fit into their environment and obviously to protect themselves from predators that would naturally be in their natural environment. So yeah, they are very cool fish. I love these fish, and I'm going to keep them forever probably. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them until they die of old age.
All around me or from me.
Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you learned something. Please, if you like what you saw and you find it informative, press the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell so that you do not miss any of my videos if you like them. And I'll also ask you guys to please watch all these videos to the end. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Peace out.